understand the mindset, what do you understand that personal development? I started out this industry some years back, 2008. I started this network marketing industry in the year 2008. That time, it was a year after my marriage, and just gave birth to our first daughter. So what I was doing then was not forthcoming anymore, so I went into the industry. I didn't know anything about the industry.
That's forex.
Network marketing, not forex. And so I started out just doing it roughly. I had one or two guys that happens to look like leaders. So I attached myself to them. How is this working? So that time, the name of the company then was called Agel, suspension gel. You understand? Who has heard about Agel?
Yeah, I was a member then.
Remember Agel?
Yeah, the gel.
So, what year was this? It will help us also.
Oh, like 20.
Yeah. I said 2008.
Oh, 208.
Yes, I So that was my first company. So I joined Agel then, and one of the leaders then, he was earning $5,000 then, quote unquote. And that $5,000 was, from my experience, I think he earned it maybe once or twice. After that, it wasn't earning that money. It was a rank. You understand the difference? When you have a rank, but your payment wasn't commensurate with your pay rank then. But I didn't know anything about that at that time. I was guiding me out of that. So 2009, I was struggling. 2010, because of my desire and all of that then. So the leadership saw that. So we have an upline from the US. We saw that this guy, if this guy can, get some knowledge around this, he will do well. So 2010, we had an event in Thailand. So it was a qualified event. I was supervisor there, maybe second or second level there. But this upline spotted my activity, so look, I'll sponsor you to this Thailand and all of that. So they worked things out. I went for that event, first event in Thailand. If you saw me at the airport, the way I dressed, hey, Papa, that picture I'll bring up that Papa. If, that your Papa, if you see it now, you will feel that this guy, this person. So we went to Thailand and had that experience. But what really inspired me was the experience of that big event. I think I should have said this during the, but I want to go, I'm going somewhere, maybe I'll emphasize more on this. So I went there, I made some leadership. That was when I first got to know this top end at there, Randy Gage. Randy Gage, if an industry, you know Randy Gage. Randy Gage and Eric Warwick. So in 2010, we brought Eric Warwick to Nigeria, Abuja. The Eric Warwick you're shouting right now was in Agel then. It was the one who brought Randy Gage in. Randy Gage was earning $200,000 a month. Eric Warwick was earning $80,000 a month at that time. So 2011, 2012, I gave up. That was when we traveled to Ghana. Every now and then, by road, I suffered then that. Honestly. But those were my starting point. So fast forward, 2014 came. 2014 came, and that was when we heard about organic growth. So December 2013, I was a part of one small company that were talking about Obitex has that company. What's that company? What was that in the
Happy Hands.
Happy Hands. So we have
H2I.
okay, you're talking about H2I again. I did 6,000 naira was the registration. Am I right? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
My team brought about 3,000 people to collect one car. You know what that is? It's a lot of work. Don't let us go into all of that again. So we have that. Slave trade, honestly. So that December, we began to hear about Organo Gold to launch in Nigeria. Organo Gold, this Organo Gold, Mr. Steve Tuluashe of blessed memory, I think he died about 2 weeks ago.
Wow, Steve, this black guy.
Yeah, you know Steve?
Yeah.
Mr. Steve died about 2 weeks ago right now. So he said, that was the first, okay, he was in, what was the name of this company then? Mr. Steve. No, so Mr. Steve, no, not Janet. No, the bottle water that's really liquid. Trevor.
Okay, yes, Trevor.
So Trevor then, so Mr. Steve, that was when I began to know Mr. Steve. Then he left Trevor. We did one Ponzi scheme again that time. That one was a thief. I didn't work again. It was always in one another. For the long story short, it's Steve too much. So he now said he's moving on to join another company. Which company is this? He said Organo Gold. He said he had a millionaire mentor. What is this millionaire mentor? Blah blah blah. We discussed a lot of that. So we had the first meeting, Maryland. What's the name of this hall? The one that hall at Maryland right now. Planet. This guy, you don't say this in Planet One. Planet One.
We don't do TI shit.
Yes, so
I went to that meeting after church. I remember they said we should wait for couples fellowship. I said, couple? Which kind of couple? We are not getting money. I'm going for this meeting. I left that meeting. I left church and went for that meeting. The very first meeting was through Skype. Now, if you recall that time, there was no Zoom then. It was Skype meeting 2014. So Mr. David, so this guy, this mentor of Mr. Steve that he was said that I was David Imolite Jr. So when that meeting, that whole planet won. And I had this guy commanding on the first thing he said, when they brought him up, he was introducing himself. My name is David Imolite, I'm 31 years old, blah blah blah. An American, I am black American or whatever it is, blah. I'm earning $350,000. Yeah? And the guy began to command us, everybody stand up. Do this, do this. In my mind, I was saying, who is this guy? Do you know my age? You just say you are 31, you're just commanding us to be standing up. Is it because of anything? What's that called? Poverty mentality. Poor people are very, very proud. Very, very proud. I'm very serious. I'm just sharing my own personal experience with you. So I was there, I didn't have a cover. And this young millionaire was commanding us. I was busy arguing with him. Who are you? You are telling me
no
to
apology.
I was like, why are you asking us to stand up and all of that? So I just had in my mind, so he said, you don't have $1. You better listen. Sincerely, you better stand up. I stood up. So I stood up and the guy began to talk. When this guy landed, I was caught in my mind. I said, this guy is not by his age. Immediately I said, God, this guy wasn't talking rubbish. But somewhere in my mind, I was a little doubting the $350,000. Then the guy mentioned he's going to come to Nigeria for the first meeting, April 16, I'll never forget. I made up my mind to go for that meeting. I did everything. I went to Muson Center, that was the meeting. I got to that meeting that very day. I thought I would get there earlier. Before I got there, guess what? The front row, second row, fourth row, fifth row have been filled. So I was somewhere at the middle. So I sat there, the first guy was talking, and now they introduced David wanted to come on stage. When they called this guy got on the stage. Like, from where I was seated far, the guy was sparkling. Head to toe. He was sparkling. His rituals was sparkling. Everything. I said, God.
The second name is
Fashion.
Attraction.
I said, who is this guy? So this guy wasn't lying to me. The guy clapped on stage. He was going like this, just doing everything. I said, boy, today, this guy is going to die today. So he said, you should bring him board. So they brought the board, and he just took the pen, and he wrote mentality. That was what changed. Mentality. I don't have a board here. He wrote the word mentality. And he said, in the word mentality here, how many words can you find? Mentor. Man. What else? What else? What else? There's still one. One else. Eh?
All.
No.
All is not complete. Okay,
Me. That's it. So you see me, man, mentality. So you say if you break it one after another, me stands for what? Me, right? Men stand for what? The plural of me. Abi? Oh boy, leave this my code. Leave I can tell you more about David money so you can everything.
I wanted you to
Show them. Okay, so this is the guy. So in just one of his pictures here, you can see David Morris here. So as he was moving, he wrote the word me. He said mentor, right? So what's the next word again? Me, man, mentor. Then the last one is what? Tality. He said we should break it down. How can we break it down? Men, me. Mental means what? What goes up here? Totality means what?
Totality?
Totality. Totality. The free movement of a cause without. Yes. So he said, put everything together. He said, me and the people you associate yourself with, the people you have things to do with, the people you talk to every day, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you do things, all of these forms what? It forms the reality of your life. Did you get that word at all? 2014 is what changed me in this industry, I'm telling you. He said, me and the people around me, the way we talk, the way we think, the way we do things around, is what forms the totality, the reality of our life. He said, think about it. Right now, think about it. He said, count the 5 people that are very close to you. Who are those people? And judge where you are right now financially. Right where I was, I began to think, the first person that came to my mind. This person was what? This person was fantastically broke. The second person, he was brutally broke. The third person, amazingly broke. I got to the fifth, I said, this guy is not lying at all. Exactly what this guy said is what I'm really facing. The people that are close to me, these are the people that form the reality of my life. And he said one statement. He said, who's the richest man in Nigeria? Dangote. He said, what do you think differentiates you and Dangote? What's the difference between you and Dangote? Let me even ask this question. It's what?
It's network.
Associate. What else? Network. What else? Mindset. What else? That is these are all the things we say. Some people say investment, this and this and that. But those things might be there, but the most important thing that differentiates me from Dangote or you from Dangote is the thinking of man Dangote. The way Dangote thinks is different from the way you think. Period. Dangote don't think the way you are thinking. He doesn't think poverty. He doesn't say some of the words you say on all of those things. And he said right now to change your current state financially, you don't have to start from what you think, investment, association, this and that, this and that. The first thing to bring transformation in your finance has to do with what? Mindset. That was the beginning of my transformation in 2014. And this guy introduced, in the course of that, introduced 2 books to me that day. To us, well, I personalized it that day. So these are the things that he started with that changed him as well. He gave a story, I won't go into all of that. The very first book he talked about is You Become What You Think. He gave a book by L. Nightingale, The Stranger's Secret.
You say what?
You become what you think.
Not You Become What You Think. The title is Stranger's Secret.
Strangest.
Secret. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give it to you here. But let me just stop here then. I'll give all of this book here because I'm going to talk about that. So he gave us 2 books, and I took that book. I began to start my journey on my mindset, change of mindset, and my personal development in 2014. So everything, I will give it to you. It's on the here. I'm going to say that there. So that was how my life transformed. Now, did my life transform physically immediately? No. And that is what you need to understand from what I'm going to take you to right now. It didn't change. My finances did not translate 2014 immediately. It didn't change. But guess what? I have already changed that 2014. The physical manifestation didn't happen in 2014, but I've changed in 2014. So it's on that ground I want you to pay attention to what you want to do. That's why I say it's very much important than anything. Everything you are seeing right now came as a result of that. And that's if you apply this into this trading, you will get the result. I applied it as I began to grow with this man, I moved from somebody who have never earned $1,000 in the industry and begin to earn multiple six figures in the industry right now. So let's start with the mindset. Now this morning, because of my time and the way I was feeling, I couldn't come up with everything. I'm going to give us brief around this. So let's look at this. What do you want in our cash eggs? What do you want in FDC? Everybody, what do you want?
Success.
To succeed, right? If you summarize what you want, it's called success. Now for some people, success means different things. It means different. For some people, it's what? Financial accomplishment. For some people, it's this and that. Like I said, my discussion today is going to be narrowed down. But let me see how I can help myself, because I know some people are going to be leaving shortly. What is success? We said success is what? Is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Who said this? Not me. I didn't put it there so that, but it was according to who? The book I just mentioned. According to L. Nightingale, in the book, L. Nightingale says, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. My emphasis from this, as you are thinking of success this morning in your cash X business, in your trading, what I want you to take away here is what? This one is what? Progressive. It is progressive. It is not overnight. It is not instant.
Like instant execution.
It is not, and that is where a lot of people get it wrong. They join your business right now, they want to become successful overnight, right? They've been going through all this, telling all this why for years. Oh, now that they join our cash now, they want it to happen today, this month. And it has to start with you having this understanding. It's because what you have is what they're going to emit to the people. They will feel it around you. If you don't have this understanding, if you are passing to them the mentality of get you, oh, this thing, we have to make it right now, we're making it right now. They say this is exactly what they're saying for me. But when you understand, in your communication, when you bring them to the business, they will know that this man is what is introduced to me is not gambling, it's not a get rich quick scheme. So what is success? Success is what?
It's a progressive
Realization of the worthy ideal.
Of the worthy ideal.
And this for you could be whatever it is. Maybe you're trading, maybe your embassy business, maybe your career, maybe in whatever it is. You must understand what success is for you in that thing. It's a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So the moment I understand this, I begin to know how to approach my pursuit for success. In anything that I do, I know for sure that it's not going to happen overnight for me. I'm not kidding myself that, oh, it does not happen. Because I know for sure that success is a progressive thing. So the daily success habit that I'm putting together, bit by bit, is what accumulates into the whole success. That is what a lot of people do. Little by little, you get something right today, celebrate it. You get another one right again, you put it together. You get it again, you put it together. So you are moving, you are now progressing on it. You don't say, oh, that you look at yourself, you compare yourself with somebody who is already whole. You don't know when that person gets to his own wholeness over years. No. You achieve something little, celebrate. You've moved from the person you were not before. Now, but you will not do that. You won't celebrate if you don't understand this thing. The success for you is a progressive realization of a worthy idea. So let's try to put together a worthy idea. What is a worthy idea? Just anything you want to achieve. Anything. One of my goals is to have 50K in my MDC account X business by December 31st. That's a worthy idea, right? Another goal for me is to have $1 million and above life wallet account. It's a worthy idea for me. What is your own? It could be anything. So now with this definition, I know that to have 15 athlete 50K and above is a progressive thing for me. So if I have an athlete 10K, I should celebrate it. It's coming up. Athlete 10K will become athlete 50, 20K, 25, and all of that. To achieve my $1 million and above, how much am I trading with today? I have a $100,000 account, fantastic. I moved to 200,000, gradually. I was on the 200 for long. Tomorrow I'm going to get to where? 300,000. Where I'm going is $1 million and above, and all of that. That's a worthy idea. Are you with me? So the next thing here is for you, once you understand what success is at a point, this word is very, very powerful. I chose this, I'm not just taking it, I chose the word desire. Why? Because desire is what? Is the starting point of all the actions. Desire is the starting point. In one of the books that was recommended to me by my mentor today is Think and Grow Rich, where I'm already mentioned from the book to you. So I began to read that. The first word in that book, the first letter word, is what? It's a thoughts are things. Then he went further at the first page. He said, desire is the starting point of all achievement. One of the definitions of my mentor, David Monite, is that success that we just talked right now. He said he has one definition. He says success is desire plus skill times skill. No, desire plus skills times faith. Well, I don't want to put everything in this slide so that it will look confusing, so I'll just give you bit by bit. So maybe I will start this because I know all this while during our trade house, I've not been talking about this. I've been focusing on what? Trading. So that's what some people want and all of that. I'll give it to you. But the most important thing is this. That's why in any of my presentation, when we have physical meeting, I learn that from my coach and mentor. You give them what they need first that will make them successful before you present to them the opportunity. Whether they take the opportunity or not, wherever they go, you deposited something in them that will give them success anywhere they go. So, now desire is the starting point of all achievement. What is desire? What is desire? Who wants to help me?
An intention, a dream.
Intention, a dream, something you
So much want.
so much want. You crave for something. Desire.
Something you have longs for desperately.
You long for desperately. All of that.
Desire can be pointed to ultimately a goal.
Ultimately, goal.
Becomes your goal. What you want to achieve.
Okay. We're here for this bootcamp. What's your goal? What's
To
your
be
goal?
successful in this business.
To be successful in this business. What's your goal?
My goal is
Learning the art of trading.
my goal is to be able to use the scanner and then analyze fluids and be able to trade.
You say your goal is what it is.
To be successful in this business.
So look at the scanner. So you can know. That goal is not defined.
So it's a desire.
It's open. To be successful in this. How do you think to be successful?
Okay, a definitive
You have to
goal
be
is
specific.
the definitive goal in the shorter term is to pass the challenge.
To pass the challenge. Go. To pass my challenge. Specific goal. Who else again? Can give me all what I say, they're not specific goals.
To acquire the skills.
Not specific.
Come.
Should be measurable. The goal should be measurable. Measurable in the sense that when you, like what you're saying, you're specific, I want to pass my challenge. and be funded is measurable because the moment you pass, it's known.
All right.
And then when you are funded, it's a specific.
As you grow in your personal development, you begin to understand what goals, how to set your goals very well.
Have time
All what you are
limits.
talking about, when you have a specific goal, they fall along. They fall along. To learn the art, to do all those things, they fall along. My goal is specific, $1 million and above. If I want to achieve $1 million and above, I better learn the skill. The skill can be my goal. Are you getting my point right now? There is something that will carry all of them along. That thing is what will drive you to say, I want to learn the skill. I want to learn the skill, it's not a goal. I might choose not to learn the skill.
Yeah.
Your goal is to
You
make
might
money.
choose to learn it 2020.
Okay, I think we can modify it to say, I want to learn the skill so I earn a minimum of $1 million.
$1 million.
That's a long goal.
I want to let it go.
That goal is
So
too
that
long.
I earn $1 million.
Okay, I'm giving you that just so you can understand. This is the class and you can understand what I'm saying. You're getting it right now? Specific goals and all of that. So the starting point of all achievement is desire. Now, that goal you want, now tell me your own goal. It's not the $1 million. No, I don't know if your mind can carry $1 million and above. Mine is not $1 million. I say $1 million and above. So tell me your goal.
My goal is to know.
Just one person. I can use an example.
Yeah, for example, I want to know how to cook my surplus. Now,
I don't know if you have a
Can I bring it? No, we don't need it now.
They need to understand before you listen.
No, we don't need it. It will be noisy.
You need to be specific, measurable, achievable.
I think there's a short video.
That says how to do it. How long? How many
A very
minutes?
short video.
How many?
by Idowu.
How many minutes?
I think 4 minutes.
Okay, good.
That, if they listen to that video,
What's the if I can play it here?
I wanted to connect it to
Okay.
Then say it on the platform, please. Also.
No,
That's what you
can you share your stuff? Share it, please.
See, I'm telling you, if you understand this part, you will save yourself a lot. That's why I leave it to this morning, and I'm trying to gather enough energy so I can give my best by the grace of God. You people, you understand? Is it coming up? I should take this, or you will override it.
You should. Just for
Okay.
So that video says what? About goal setting, right? About goals or what?
Talking about
All those things.
and David Imonite talked about his own goal in that meeting. It was that video, sir. It was that video.
I don't want to be rolling there.
After watching that video, everything about me, everything changed.
You can see the reason for the numbers.
So what?
Can we have the video of the group?
When we're done, maybe
Is it connected? Or you start to pay for it? But I just want to, if it's on what I'm talking about, as you can help. So if not, so we can send them. We can work this separate. So won't
Then when it gets started,
we look at it? Is it connected? Then you have to disconnect this.
No. No, it's okay. Like.
How many of you want to know the secret to getting to the top? If you really want to know what the secret is, I learned what the secret was in 2008. And I was living with my father when I learned it. I was 4 when I learned it.
You were
So that was the footballer, was it? Yeah, but that was the footballer.
No, non-tennis player.
Long tennis player.
They father. So this is the journey.
how many of you want to know the secret to getting to the top? If you really want to know what the secret is, I learned what the secret was in 2008. And I was living with my father when I learned it. I was 4 when I learned it.
You were
4. No money. And it transformed my life right then and there. And what I learned 13 years ago, I still do today. The secret to success is this.
You become what you think about.
Did you see that?
Yes, we did.
That is
These 6 words
change.
completely change everything for me.
And that is why that,
So
that audio
because you
said to
become
you,
what you think about,
stranger
I only
secret.
put
That's a
things
summary.
around me that I want to become. So I put words and I put pictures of where it is.
Okay, so that I can set my time. This video you can get it. I understand this very well.
Long time ago, I wanted a Lamborghini.
Okay.
So we can pause this now. So I thought it was specific. So
Yes. Yeah, please do.
So
That's the bootcamp group, right?
yeah. So you can see what I started with. What I started with is what is said, and this video is still recent because he's shared this video on his high-rise building right now. This was in 2014. This is maybe this video should be last year. Yeah, on his high-rise building, shared this video. He made this training last year or December before the previous one. So, but what is said, the summary, what is it? You become what you think about. And that is what the Stranger's Secret is all about. The N90 I talked about. The 2 books, it said, 2014. The first that I told you was this book. And that's what it's still doing right now. And when I went, I put the audio every day where I'm going. That's the personal development I'm going to share how you can change. Listening to this until I understood what it means, you become what you think about. So back to this again. So desire, we'll talk a little back on that. Thank you for that.
He said his goal is to impact 1 billion lives. That's his goal.
Specific.
Yeah.
Specific. Okay, I'll talk about that. Fix in the car. So your desire, I want to use somebody's desire to explain this thing. Specific. Who has a specific goal of a certain amount? Now, let me help you in a card essay. Have a specific goal in a month or figure.
My goal that I set for myself, long-term goal, to complete my house by December.
Tell me a short-term goal. What do you want to earn in trading?
$500 in any single trade that I take. It is trades, they different. So I will review why
Set your own goal. Leave his goal for him.
Leave his goal for him. Leave his goal for him.
Now your goal.
What's your own goal?
It's possible.
What's your goal? Okay, don't try to make, just give an idea. This training will help you.
Make $500,000 by December.
By December. Go, that's a specific goal. Let's do that. So when I'm going, you will get to understand goal setting. This training might not be, I'm not going to go deep into goal setting. I just want to help to have the basis of the right mindset. And when you begin to develop yourself, you will understand goal setting very well. Now, this $500 you want to achieve. $500,000 you want to achieve. How much do you desire is $500,000?
There's another word after extreme.
So what Napoleon was talking about, this being the starting point of all achievement, is the fact that once you can determine a specific goal make it a burning desire. Make it a burning desire, not a wish. You might just say, I want 500,000. It might be a wish. But we will know if it's a burning desire when it obsesses you. When it's all over you. You will tell if something is a burning desire for you. And that is why he said it's the starting point. It consumes you. In everything you do, we can tell that this is what I want. It takes thought in everything. So when you have a goal like that, you make it a burning desire, you will see that everything begins to gravitate towards the achievement. So in this business, you need to have something that consumes you. You need to have a specific goal that you talk all the time, that you think all the time. If you don't have a burning desire, you can't do. What are you doing to achieve that?
Availing myself of every opportunity to learn, unlearn, relearn.
What have you learned?
Strategize.
Or how far have you gone?
Still in progress.
I'll give you an example. Don't worry. So that it can just help you. 2 years, a year plus, I joined another company and I saw some people making some crazy money. They were doing some things that never have been heard of in the history of the industry. How are people enrolling 30, 50 people in a week? In a week. How are you guys doing this thing? 100 in a week. And they said it's social media.
Yeah.
They do this in social media? What kind of social media is that? They said they do it on TikTok. TikTok? How do we do this TikTok thing? They said, okay, this is the way you're going to do this time. We do this, you do content, you do your video 3 times, you should post 3 times in a day, and all of those things again. I look at myself. Me, I'm not a social media person. Not at all. But if I want this goal, this result, I must be able to leave the me and become another person. So I set a goal. I want to also be able to do what? Minimum 5 to 10 people in a week or so. How can I get that done? I need to do what they're doing, right? Social media. I don't know anything about social media. They gave us some idea. This is how you can do it. All this was not working. And I was beginning to figure out who knows this. I began to call. I call somebody. I could do something. It's a gentleman. I started this social media thing. I called this my friend Idris. Idris, do you know anything about social media? Okay, I saw him when I was going on TikTok. I saw him on TikTok do some video. I watched him again. I said, what's this guy saying? The way he was doing, I said, TikTok. Who's this Idris? Idris, come here. What are you doing? How do you do your TikTok? He laughed. I said, meet me so please. And that was how I started. I began to do one content, post on TikTok, do the second thing. Was it convenient for me? Absolutely no. It wasn't convenient for me at all. You will see me somewhere doing content, people will be laughing at me, like, don't worry, I'm talking. When I do some posts, I post and say, oh boy, what do you do? And some people laugh at me.
Yes.
That was the price I was willing to pay. The desire for me to get to that point, I had to move. And I did that. The day I don't have 3 content to post, I will feel somehow. I will rush out of the house in the morning. Where are you going again? This thing will not kill you. But I have to do it. So after a while, I began to get used to the basics of how to go about content, how to video, editing, put short videos together. I was able to do all of that. Guess what? I didn't get the result in that company. But I've learned something. I left that company, I found a cash place. All what I learned there, when I came in, boom! My first 2 weeks, boom! The result I crushed. My first 2 weeks. In my previous company, I was there for 5.5 years. 3 months, I achieved the result that I did for 8 months in a cash exit. What I've done now, This was what I've done in my previous company for 2 to 3 years in Akasha. See, when you don't have a burning desire, I left the person I was. Idris, how was it then? He will be correcting me and be laughing. Yeah, don't worry. I'll do it, don't worry. I'm telling you. Just go about. But because I want to learn the skill of how I too can go beyond just the conventional, the traditional way of come and do fortunately. This time the world is global. So I'm asking you, what are you doing towards that? Because it's a goal. If it has not gotten to the point where you are willing to do what's the right thing? It's something that can bring you some ridicule or something like that. It's not a burning desire. It's not a burning desire. You are still looking at it, oh, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want people to do that. It's not around you. You don't need that thing badly yet. You don't need it badly. If you need it badly, you will leave everything. Because after a while, those people are laughing at you, they begin to smile at you. And that's what's happening right now. TikTok is for children. This is for children. It's for children. I'm in charge right now. I have to get to that TikTok and all of this. So these are the things I'm trying to say on burning desire. So do you get the point? The point here is make that thing you want a burning desire. Don't see it as a wish. For so many people right now, it's a wish. I can tell by the way you approach your business. It's just what I want. And if it's not forthcoming, don't worry. Let it be. But if it's either I get this or not. If you go and think and grow rich, you will see them. For them to achieve their goal, they burn their bridges. And they say it's either we succeed or we die. No going back. No going back. It's either I get this thing or I die. That's what they call a burning desire. I'll leave that to you. The next thing is success principle has to be understood. You're just in a car just for how long? We said you will have an account. Some of us have $200,000 account. Some of us have 10,000. You have multiple accounts and all of those things. Ultimately, you want to succeed, like you are saying, in that thing. You want to pass your challenge account. You want to do all of this thing. Whatever it is, you want to succeed in it, right? You need to understand the success principles. My mentor said to me, he said, success are what? Highly governed by what? Principles and laws. Oh my goodness. I never understood this. I just thought, okay, one day success will happen. And I was in one day for long. It never happened. Until I began to understand that there are principles, like this man says. I began to look for the principles through his teaching. I listen to him all the time. What are the principles? Is there a combination on all of those things? Whatever you want in a cash is, they are being governed by what? To achieve that, you must understand the principle behind the success. There are principles behind success. Forget about anything. The beautiful thing about these principles, they work for any field, any area, anything you apply them. Anything. And that's why I can say, I've been saying that for long, from my previous home, everywhere I go. I can never be poor again in my life.
Amen.
It's not, there are some things that it's not amen. There are some, that's why Christians need to understand. There are something God has already given to those that has done it for us. Just take it. So know that somebody will say amen. God will what amen? Well, I've given you the same amen. So it's not that I'm saying that to say because of the little I've understood, I can tell anywhere I will never be poor. When I say poverty, there can be some times whereby you might have some shortage and all those things. But that you belong poor, going about it, I can never be me. Because God has opened my eyes, has helped me to understand some things. When it comes to success, there are some basic principles that I know that if I need it, these are the things that I need to do. Not doing them, me too, I know that I can't, there is no point going to anybody. You know that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. That's all things like that. See, don't let us deceive ourselves. You want to succeed, you want to pass your challenge account. Let's stay on that. You want to pass your challenge account. What are you doing? I will share with you a few things right now as touching one or two success principles. There are many, but I decided to discuss only two with us this morning. Only two. success principles. If you stay on them, at least as where we are right now, this will help you. But know for sure, success are what? Highly governed by what? Principles and laws. And laws and principles are no respecter of anybody. Whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're a child, or a black, brown, whatever, most anybody, whoever apply the principles and the law, they work for them. The earlier you understand this, the better for you. So, right now, let's take a look at one of the principles I would like to teach us. This principle is called what? The teachability index. And I choose to start with this because what we are doing here, training, learning, not because it's even training or whatever it is. This is very, very key. The first principle, one of the recommendations that my mentor gave to me was 25 secrets to what Christian. I will share that again. The first principle, this man said. He said there are 4 basics. He said, part of the secret, he said it's what? The teachability index. What do we mean by teachability index? If you want to succeed as a beginner, let me narrow it. I'm narrowing it down right now to what? To what we are here for, right? Yes. But don't forget, this applies to what? Any area of your life. Are you getting the point right now? But I'm narrowing this right now to what? Why we are here. Trading. Passing your challenge account and all of that. The first thing you must understand, the teachability index. And that says what? You being teachable and what? Coachable. It's not correct. Don't mind the spelling. Those were teachers. You understand right now? But the right one is what? Being teachable and coachable. For you to be what? For you to succeed, your teachability index is determined by your what? Your ability to what? Your teachability and coachability index. You have to be teachable and coachable. You have to be teachable and coachable. That's what we mean by what? Being your teachability index. You just join a catch. You want to learn Forex. You want to be like a pro. You want to be earning $2,000. You want to earn $50,000, $500,000. How teachable and coachable are you? Ask your question. How teachable and coachable are you? Some people think they understand this thing. No. I have to stay on this for long. There are 2 variables that determine your teachability index. There are 2 variables that determine how teachable and coachable you are. Number 1 variable is what? Your willingness to learn. This is very, very strong. You see my story? I said to myself, I will be a baby to learn how to use TikTok, how to post. That is it. How teachable your willingness to learn is the first variable. How willing are you to learn the basics of Forex? Go to our academy. I've gone through it. They are just what they are saying, I don't understand it. You better go back and tell the guy, open your mouth, let me hear you well. Because me, I would have about to understand this thing. I'm telling you. You can't hear the guy well during the live session. Increase the volume. Put everything to here. Just to show I'm willing to learn this thing. You see, it's the beginning. How willing are you to learn? If I ask all of us right now, you want to learn Forex, how willing are you? Very willing.
Super willing.
What did you say?
Super willing.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Super willing.
Yes.
I said yesterday you should go to the academy to learn from the.
As for when I came back, I wanted to start. But the beats I ate in the night got me.
Should have been watching it in the toilet.
I'm not until I came down now. Honestly, I've not been feeling fine. So I wasn't able to do anything, but I was.
Let me give you an example. See, madam, what happened to you happened to me.
Yeah.
I slept late. I woke up all through the night. I was having my personal development. I carried myself into the toilet listening.
Maybe your body system was.
Yes.
I was very weak. I couldn't stand up.
Do you know how I'm feeling today?
Somebody calling you.
Did you call me?
I'm just giving an example. Are you seeing the reality of
went
what I'm
up
saying?
this morning, went to look for drugs.
If you are willing, you will go the extra mile.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's not going to cost anything to carry this thing put in your front. Your leg, you can carry your leg to the toilet. That's it. It's just all here to be hearing what the guy is saying, and your mind will be what? Reasoning with what the guy is saying. That's all. The same thing. Do you know how many times I went to the toilet this night? The same thing. So I was weak too. What I wanted to do, it's not going to stop. I carry my laptop, I'm listening, I'm dressing, I'm doing, I'm listening, I'm doing all that. I'm listening. It doesn't stop me. So get this thing right. Your teachability index will be determined by two variables. Number one variable is what? Your willingness to learn. Almost everybody will tell me I'm willing to learn, right?
Yeah.
Everybody will tell you they're willing to learn.
How devoted are you?
How devoted are you? But the second variable, that is where the rubber hit the road. How willing are you to change? Your willingness to change is the second variable. Willingness to change. Willingness to change. You might be willing to learn, but I'm not sure how willing are you to change. A lot of people say I'm willing to learn, but tell them to change. What are we saying? What do we mean for you to change? To change from your habit of failure and embrace what you need to do. The discipline right now, you might not want to do it. You like to watch Telemundo 8:30 to 10, whatever it is. Leave that thing and go and study. So no, don't worry, I will learn later. But this one, I don't miss this one.
Just like the man that asked Jesus what you can do to gain salvation. After telling him, he said that speech is shocking.
I
And
can't
he
do that.
left.
Willingness to change is very, very, you see, it's not easy to change a man. I can tell you that. It's not easy to change. It is discipline, self-discipline to change from your failure habits. What are failure habits? Oversleeping, overeating. I'm lazy, I'm tired. Let's go, don't worry, I'll come next week again. It's not what is supposed to sacrifice. You can sacrifice it to, I'll come and do it next week. Your attention span, weak. They are running a meeting, they are there 35 minutes. Listen, I don't understand what you're talking about. You left the Zoom. You say all those things. You're not willing to change. It's boring. Stay there. Listen to the boring, but later you begin to make sense. Honestly, these are the things I went through. Some people say, I don't understand. First day you join. Doesn't make sense. That in second, is it the same thing going to say? The same thing going to say, we'll come to that.
That's what happened. Some people feel it's the same thing that is being repeated.
They don't know. Success principle, that's why I've never taught. What I'm sharing with you in Akash X, this might be my first time sharing it in Akash X. I've only been doing Zoom. My first meeting trade house, and I've never come into, have I started on my mindset on that? Thinking that. How willing are you to change? Two variables. Now, how do you determine that? Let's say right now, maybe if you say you are willing to learn, but your willingness to change on a scale of 10. If you want to scale yourself, how willing are you to learn? 10, 5, 7,
9.
9. How willing are you to change from that? What was that habit? I don't know what most of your habit, like I use as an example right now. Tell me, one of the things that you love the most that you cannot sacrifice, you cannot let go, you cannot forgo.
Like religion.
One thing that you know that you cannot forgo.
I don't think she has any.
You go.
I don't know very well.
The only thing I want to change is my timing.
Time management. Yes.
What is it with that
Always
time?
come late.
If you still me, I'm not a TV person.
What do you mean by timing?
Time management. Time management.
My use of time.
Everyone has 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
We know that daytime at least is 12 hours out.
But if it's religion, no.
So what do you do with your 12 hours? Do you idle away for, say, 50% of your 24 hours? I think that's what she's saying.
Okay, so if we look at that, if we go to scale, on a scale of 10,
No,
I
I'm
have-
just saying.
It's like a lot on my table that I don't really focus on. Yes, I don't allocate
Time
time to
allocation.
them.
there's something that will help you on that. Maybe I may talk on that.
Yes.
It's all about you learning how to set goals every day. You prioritize it.
Yeah.
Every other thing.
That prioritizing is my biggest.
Okay, on a scale of 10, how, if you want to scale your willingness to learn and the willingness to change, how will it be?
10 over 10 for me.
10 over 10?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But
What is it?
I tell you 10 over 10.
If your willingness to learn is 10, this is the point. You can score yourself or whatever it is. That's you'll be. I expect you to be sincere to with yourself. But this is the point. If your willingness to learn is high, 10, and your willingness to change is 0,
Then the learning has no time.
10 times 0 is what? 0. Your teachability index what? 0. You are not teachable. You are not coachable. That's it. I tell some people, go and do something like this. They will say that they are going to do it. I tell them, stop doing this thing. They will say them, they repeat it again. They repeat it again. They repeat it again. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to change. You're not willing to change. Can we be more practical right now?
Yes, sir.
You're trading account. You're willing to learn. I want to learn how to make money. I want to learn. Okay. This time around, we have taught you how to set this and this. Set stop loss. Do this. Put stop loss. Today I'll put it. Tomorrow you do not put it. They are monitoring it. They said now, but you want to become a pro, and a pro measure is reached from the beginning of the trade. You say you want to become a professional trader, right? Put your stop loss. And today, this one, I just want to come out here small. You're not willing to change. 10 times 0, 0. Not teachable, not teachable.
Yes. You need to know the parameters that you're supposed to set. So you're saying, don't worry, let me just monitor it as we come out. Without setting stuff. You don't know what the market can do.
That's
Can
what I'm
just
saying.
drop like a spring.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. These are literally, I just use that example. There are many things for you to understand how you can do that. So let's move on again. Quickly, let's cover up again. Now, with that, I want you to go and learn more on that. I will recommend somebody can build more on that. Let's look into now on the 4 phases of knowledge. 4 phases of knowledge that will help you. All of this, I'm trying to bring them to now then into what we're doing here. The 4 phases of knowledge. Now, as you come into account X now, you never know how to trade, or you're a beginner. You must understand and recognize these 4 phases on your way to become successful or on your way to becoming a pro in this industry. This will guide you. The 4th phase of your knowledge, of you becoming a pro, earning 50,000, 500, whatever you want to learn. The 4th phase of knowledge will be what? The 4th phase is unconscious incompetence. you must acknowledge that for some of us, you are at this phase. I don't know that I don't know that forest exists. Have you heard somebody say, are you hearing, have you done forest before? They say, this is my first time of hearing about forest. Have you done forest before? No, I've not. This is my first time doing it. So I don't know that I don't know. That's the first phase. You just joined less than a week. Where's that lady? She's not here right now. Most of the things that we're seeing on Friday, strange to her. Less than a month. The first phase of knowledge is what? Unconscious incompetence. And that is the phase of I don't know that I don't know. Many of us, in your way to become successful, there are some failure habits that we all have. And the truth is, as at where you are right now, all of us have some failure habits. Do you agree with what I just said right now?
Yes.
That's right now. So on your way to the next phase, to becoming successful, this is where you are right now. I don't know that I don't know. Many of us don't know, do not agree to some of the things that are failure habits. So you need to go and find out that in the course of this, as you're identifying them, you are the face of what I don't know that I don't know, which is what unconscious incompetence. And now that you have come for this boot camp right now, the past 2 days, we've taken you through some phases, or taking you through some steps, some knowledge, some understanding, some trainings, right? Now, you have moved from this phase, right? You have moved from here to where? The next phase, which is what? Conscious incompetent. Now you know that I don't know. Now you know that putting stop loss is bad. No, not putting stop loss is bad. Now you know that not joining live session is not good. Now you know that not going through your academy is not good. Now you know that not doing all those things that we taught you. Abi, now you know. These things are very, very important I'm sharing with you. The 4 phases of knowledge. The state of unconscious incompetent, and the state of what? Conscious incompetent. And now for many of you, you should be here now. Now you know that I don't know these things. Oh, now I know. So this thing is not good. Now I know that I've not been doing this thing. Conscious incompetent. Now I know that all successful people, they do this and this and this. Or the people that are successful in this and this, now you know that you don't know. You are conscious of your ignorance right now. You are conscious of your ignorance. Do you know that truly some people don't know that they are ignorant about some things? They don't know that they don't know. But now you are aware of it as it relates to what you are doing. Phase 2, now we are going to phase 3. And phase 3 is very, very important. Phase 3 is what? Is conscious competence. This is where you take deliberate step in what you are doing. You are conscious of all that you are doing right now.
You know that you know.
Now you know that for me to execute that trade, I will put my stop loss. Now you know that for me to take or execute any trade, I need to check out my analysis. Do I have an edge? I don't jump into trade. Oh, the trade is buy now. Like you know that, like you've always been doing. The moment you see the candle going up, popping up, you click on buy, boom, and suddenly you see the same side coming back. So what's happening to the market? What happened? What happened? Now you know that no, they don't trade that way. Experts don't trade that way. We wait for the market to get to a certain level, or we see other outcomes and all of those things before we trigger. So you are not moved by the movement. People don't want to just say, it's going. No, you don't do that. You know, you were asking me yesterday, you want to enter a trade. What did I say to you? Concerning that candle, 15-minute candle.
You're like, it hasn't closed, and we don't look direction or something.
I will wait. I don't jump into that because it's running down. Let the candle close. I will be able to tell who is in charge, what is happening, or it's closed on a level, or it's going to do some things. I will know. So after the closure, did the candle bought up? No. That just signals to us that, look, I can't buy right now with what I've seen. Where it closed is not the same place for us to buy. Now you begin to do all those things consciously. And the beautiful part about this is that the more you stay on phase 3, it takes you faster to phase 4. This is where you keep at this, doing it often and often. Phase 3. This is where you're more deliberate about everything now. Now you're more conscious. As you stay long on phase 3, you get to phase 4. And that is the level at which everyone is expected to be. Phase 4 is where you become what? You become unconscious competent. At that level, it's sweet. When you get to unconscious competent, who can explain to me what unconscious competent means?
You don't know that you know.
Yes. It's a daily thing. It's not like now in the thing.
Something you do.
Unconscious competent, naturally it just come out of you. When it comes to trade right now, just for example now, we said, okay, Arabella sent a trade out, enter at 20.45, come out at 20, your stop loss should be, is a buy, and your stop loss should be 300, 30.10. Your take profit should be what? 30.95. And you are asking, how many pips is that for the stop loss? You are still asking? You know, for me, if I'm drawing that now, I just say this the stop loss from the entry the entry from to the stop loss is 100 pips. Somebody will be wondering, how did you get 100 pips? They want to know. But me just seeing it, 30.45 to 30.35, what is it? 100 pips. If you ask, how did you get 100 pips? This is what I've done over time, right? Consciously. I've practiced, I've known it. So the moment I see it, I don't take my time to be checking the function I've done. I just input and go. I know there's 100 pips, I calculate my risk based on 100 pips and execute the trade. But it didn't happen. There was a time I was what? I was unconscious, incompetent. I don't know about gold. And I moved from there. Then I now know. I became unconscious, competent. Now I know that gold pips count is quite different from euro, USD. I didn't know before. I thought all of them were just the same. Now I move towards conscious competence. Then I now know anytime I want to calculate my pips on gold, I have to know that after the decimal point is 1. Before the decimal, they count 10. I began to do it over and over. I will take my time. That was the time I will be taking my time to count it. It took me time too to learn how to calculate the pips on gold. So, but the more I kept doing it, what happened? I became unconscious competent around gold. When it comes to pips, I can look at the moment you take from here, I can tell you the number of pips. The same thing happens to you too. Anything. You want to learn a strategy? How can you become unconscious competent around that strategy? For example, right now, I don't use any indicator. Majorly what? Price action, the candle. When I look at the market, look at the candle, that's what I do. But I don't just get to where I am right now. For years, I've been studying the candles movement, the behaviors of the candles, the formation, all of those things. There was a time I don't know about it. That's when I began to understand, oh, candle, if it goes this way, it means this. Then I begin to understand this level. I began to understand levels. When they do this at a level, this one is going to react. Then I know that the support, when they get to this, they react at this. All of those things take time. These are phases for you. So you need to understand all of this. So with that being said, let's quickly touch on personal development and close on mindset and personal development and move to the next stage. What's the time right now? So let's do the next 30 minutes to talk on personal development. So personal development
For you.
Okay, so I decided to put a slide up on personal development. So let's talk about personal development. So when it comes to personal development, the person you are right now and the person you want to become by December 31st has to change. They are not the same. You want to achieve $500,000 by December in Akash. The person you are right now is not the person of $500,000. So this person has to grow to become a person of $500,000. That is where personal development comes in. My mentor said to me, he said, "Don't set your goals and then listen." I said, I want to become a sapphire in 2014 in Organa Road. Sapphire was to earn 1,500 or something like that. He looked at me, my trainer and everything. He said, "The person you are right now cannot earn $1,500. So start by growing this person to become a person of $1,500. And for you to become that person," he said, "my physical person will not grow, will not do anything. Where I will grow." That is what personal development is about. So he said, when this place change, then my income changes. Your growth, your income growth is proportional to the growth, your personal development. If you want to earn that $500,000, you can't be the same Uche right now. Yeah. So Uche has to grow. And it's not bodily growth, it's mindset, mental growth.
You have to go to where you can make $1,000, $2,000 in your trading job.
So when I say growth mentally right now, you are thinking, what is it right now? You see, it's all about these principles. When you understand them, they will guide you on everything you need to do to achieve $500,000. And that is why success. And the last thing that I want to put on this slide that's a special topic that will take a lot of time. Success is more of 90 to 99% mental and 1 to 10% physical. So I do more of mental to myself every day, personal development, than what I do physically. As I work on that, it narrows down. That was what changed for me in 2014. Before I met this man, I was doing 90 to 99% physical. I didn't know anything about personal development. The moment I switch by that principle, I end the result. And guess what? The people that were my mentors in Asia, they are today my team members under me. Did you hear what I said? Those people who earn $5,000, I never earned $1,000 in Asia. Today, they are like under in the industry. They're nowhere close to me in the industry. In 2015, when I called one of them to meet him, when he heard me spoke, he stood up and looked at me. "You? How did you change?" He had no choice but to join me in my business in 2015. From then, that's been my neighbor. These people were my leaders in Asia. What happened? Switch up. When I changed gears, everything changed. So personal development is very, very key. So how did I start that again? My mentor recommended something that I need to do to change my thinking. It's not more than anything here. The way I think. That's why when I look at the market, the way I think about approach and all of that. Yesterday, when people approach, how to make money, I don't jump after market. With what I know, market will come to me, I'll make my money and go. It's a mindset thing. When you know how to achieve a specific, it's money you need, right? You need to understand how to go about it. That $500,000 you need might not come through a cash rate. But if you put it as a goal that you're working to, it can come through any means. That's when it's become a burning desire, it can happen that way. See right now. But there's some specific goals that I set for my cash X business. There's some specific goals that I set for my trading business. I distinguish them. And there's a holistic goal of my life for the year that was come out with. Those are under goal setting. So personal development is a regiment for you. And if you understand the principle that it's going to take you 90 to 95% to become that person that will achieve that 500,000. So you need to think. How do you change your thinking? Well, there are many things, and we're just going to suggest a few to you. The very first thing after my understanding that will help you, if you are a Christian, is your Bible. Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah. The what? Your Bible. What of God?
The very first thing that will change your mind. So, to now help me, the little understanding I have about the Bible, so when I see those principles, when I go to the Bible, I now get a better understanding of it, how to now apply it. So if you're a Christian like me, don't joke with your Bible. You read every day your Bible. It's 66 books. Just the way you've been listening to these books I'm going to recommend to you, the Bible is number one. And if you don't have the right guide, look for a right guide that will help you to read the Bible, that will help you. See, the moment you begin to read it, your mind, the spirit in you begin to change. They will help you in those books that I tell you. The ones you want to be reading it, once you begin to read the Bible every day, it will help faster understanding of this other book I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's my realization. So I would like you to put that first. My mentor didn't give me the Bible first. The first book he told me was probably The Strangest Secret.
Strangest Secret.
By L. Nightingale. And that was audio. And another audio that he gave me was the magic of what? Believing. Those were two audios he gave to me. Magic of Believing, Strangest Secret by L. Nightingale. Magic of Believing by sorry please. By Claude Bristol. Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. And the first book he asked me to go and read was what? Think and Grow Rich. So these three things I began to feed myself on. But I've always been a Christian, doing all of this. I began to see those things. Oh, these things, the Bible talked about this thing. The Bible talked about it. The Bible said things in the Bible. The spelling, Claude Bristol, C-L-A-U-D-E. Claude Bristol, B-I-B-R-I-S-T-O-L. That Claude Bristol. Magic of Believing. B-R-I-S. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, Claude Bristol. The Strangest Secret is by L. Nightingale. E-A-R-L. Nightingale. N-I-G-H-T-I-N-G-A-L. Thank you. That's Strangest Secret. What the Strangest Secret talked about is what David explained to you in that video. So when you're listening to that audio, you see when you're listening to the audio of Strangest Secret and what David is saying, then you begin to see. Period. You become what you think about. The third one is a book. Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. Now, the issue here now is, okay, you take this right now and go and listen once to see you have really listened to it. I've listened to it, I've listened to it.
Yeah, I would go to get the talk.
They're on YouTube.
Okay, on YouTube.
You will say, I've listened to it, I've listened to it. You do it again 2 times, 3 times, 1 week. I've listened to it. It's a lie. It won't work that way. I listened to these 2 audios straight 1 year. All through 2014. What happened? It was my desire to change. My financial status was bad. I didn't like it. In 2014. And I look at, oh my goodness. When I look at that guy, I was inspired by his success. I love his success. Yeah. So you need to put a picture that will inspire you. If you don't have, you won't push you to do all this that I'm telling you. But there are so many things I will tell you that will push you.
Chairman, please tell us. Chairman, do you know I was at that meeting when they came?
At Boso Center?
Yes, I was dressed like this. I was saying, this 419 people don't come here. I didn't listen, I didn't do anything.
You didn't listen?
Just paparazzo and we left. And that's where I am now.
She left.
Yes.
I stayed. See, that meeting was 3 sessions. Yes.
Yes. Lagos Island.
11 years after,
Yes.
sitting there and chairman is standing
Yes.
there.
You see the difference right now?
Yes.
The meeting was 3 sessions.
Yes.
Guess what? I stayed all to the 3 listening to this guy. Because after the first one, they drove everybody out again. New people came again. Me, I said, God, I come here again. I gotta listen. I said, no. This guy, and guess what? After 2014, 2015, he pushed me closer, mentored me.
The same guy.
Yeah.
So, how badly do you want this thing all the time? You know? When he said to me, because I have to listen to his own story too. I was listening all through. Everywhere, over a year. If he did it 1 year, why would I do it less than 1 year? That was the question I asked myself. This guy, for his own life to change, he said he did this thing for 1 year, listening. While he was in that small closet, his situation did not change. As he began to do this thing, look at his age, ending this, became a multi-millionaire. I better do it 10 years. So I set a goal 1 year straight, everywhere. I didn't have a better phone then in 2014. You can imagine that time. I had enough phone. In that my car, that Honda that will always be messing me up everywhere. Listen to this guy everywhere. I was listening to it all the time. Trader Secret, LNTK, almost everything it said. Magic of Believing, everything. Read the book, Think and. Do you know how many times I've read Think and Grow Rich? Back to back. One of my mentors said he read Think and Grow Rich 24 times back to back. Then I listened to Oprah Winfrey. He said he has read Think and Grow Rich 11 times back to back. You want to become successful? I don't know what you're doing. Are you even ready to 11? You're not even ready at all. You need to do all of these things. So on personal development, I will say more than that. You need to feed your mind to become the person of the success you desire. That's it. There are many other books, many other audios. I just gave you this basic. If you are fortunate, I'm on other meetings and I'm sharing, I'll give you more further. But today, start. What's the point bombarding you with everything? Start with one. The more you begin to grow with that, you master it. Later, it will connect. You see what I'm saying? It will connect. How? Because that was what happened to me. My mentor said I connected to him. I didn't know how. What he said is that he's discovered that I've changed in a certain ways, and that was when he said that I will mentor you.
Is that David?
Yeah.
Is he in Nigeria now?
So every day, make it a commitment. You see, that dollar you want to make from that trade, if you don't have the right mindset, you'll be losing every day. If you don't have a success mindset, you'll be losing every day. And when you lose, you will feel bad. See, the person that has the right mindset, when you lose, he doesn't see it that way. Their feeling and morale is not the same. They know where they are going. And they will get there. But you, when you have not developed your mind to have the right mindset, anytime you lose mind, you are killing yourself.
There's a time you have a losing streak, and you get to a point to even go back to the market, you need to. And to come out of that place and get back to where you were.
So when you grow this mentality,
The person lost money as a torture. She's still whining to do demo.
you also want to do it. But when you have equipped yourself with this, you will know how to come out of this. When you lose, you know. And you will know why you lose and how to correct yourself. You begin to go more for it. And I can guarantee you will get to where you are going. Very, very clear. It's 1 o'clock. Should we take a break? 5, 10, 15 minutes before I come on the other one?
Yes.
Sorry, do we have them in the kitchen? Are they in the kitchen?
No.
Okay, don't worry. We have something good for this afternoon to just make the brunch. So let's just continue when we are doing right. So let's take a break for how long? How many minutes? 20 minutes, right? Okay. All right, 15 minutes. Let's come back. Go and stretch yourself and come back and sit down. Very good. Oh, you don't want to take this back. Okay. That side.